Big Mike here with
He's Entertainment.
Today's episode. We got Donovan Sebrango and Jared McIsaac of the Detroit Redwings.
If you like what we're doing, hit that subscribe button.
If you're looking for a mug, perhaps a hoodie, head on over to IOnlyTouchGreatness.com.
Jared McIsaac, Detroit Redwings Prospect. I'm coming up on I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Donovan Sebrango, Detroit Redwings Prospect. I'm coming on I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Ryan Hayes and Big Mike. I Only Touch Greatness podcast.
Puck to chip it out. At least a couple of penalties. And Sebrango will take on Selin. Sebrango unloading on Selin. My goodness.
This is I Only Touch Greatness podcast with Ryan Hayes and Big Mike. We are going live.
Thank you very much for taking the time for us today, guys. We really appreciate it.
No worries.
No problem.
Thanks for having us.
Big Mike here, and that's Ryan.
Hey, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
So we'll just get started right away. Jared, what do you want to say, Ryan?
Hey, how was practice today?
It was pretty good. Obviously, my situation, I'm rehabbing, so me and Donovan got out there together this morning, and a little bit of a skate, a little bit of a conditioning skate towards the end, but yeah, it's been good.
And that was you guys just meeting today?
I met the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah, today, the other day, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good.
The first full day.
Okay, good.
Jared, born in Truro, Nova Scotia. I have family there. What was childhood like?
Oh, it was awesome. Obviously growing up in Truro, kind of a small town, playing for, the Truro Bearcats growing up all the way through until I think my first year Bantam, and then we moved to the city to play in I played in Dartmouth. But I've obviously all my family's back home, and it's somewhere that I like to go in the summer and on the weekends kind of relax, and my girlfriend lives there, so it's nice going back there now and seeing old buddies, and my buddies, my best friends are back there, so it's nice to go back for sure.
Guess you love your seafood.
I do, yeah. Big sushi guy.
And Donovan, born in Ottawa. What was childhood like there for you?
It was good. I moved over there pretty soon after. I was only there a couple of years, and then I moved up to Kingston, where I kind of spent most of my childhood. But I was pretty young, but the memories that I do remember, it was pretty cool getting out on the canal when you're young, trying to learn how to skate there. So, it's pretty cool, but Kingston was great too, and it was a great two places to kind of grow up.
Do you guys have any nicknames, and what's your favorite jersey numbers and why?
I got lots. J-Mac, kind of the obvious one. Mac, Jerry's been kind of flinging around there a little bit. Really no certain one that really sticks right now. There's, guys kind of call me all a little bit of everything. I wore 14 most of my childhood, 13, 14. My mom wore 14 playing basketball at school, so I guess that's kind of stuck with me. So
Okay.
That's a good number. That's what I wear.
Yeah.
For me, I got a couple nicknames too. Mostly they call me Dono, either Brango, Django. It's got a couple. Nothing really. Whatever kind of comes to their mind first. Numbers, I kind of always switch it up. I kind of always like to start fresh throughout the year, but I wore 37 last 2 years in Kitchener and seem to like it so far. So I think that's kind of a number that if I get the chance to, I'd probably stick with. But for me, I usually try to switch it up whenever I can.
Okay, I got a question for both of you guys. What's one challenge you guys have come across to getting to where you are today?
I mean, I've went through obviously shoulder surgery last year, so I think that's kind of a big bump in the road, and then shoulder surgery again this summer on the other side. So that's two pretty big bumps in the road for my development as a player. Luckily enough, able to get it done, when I'm young and kind of a fresh start this year, once I'm able to get back and starting next year also. So yeah, those are two pretty big bumps in the road. I think, overcoming both of them, you learn lots about yourself as a person and, what you're capable of.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think for me it was similar to it. This year I went through, it was kind of a fluke injury. I got hit weird by Ty Delandria on Flit, and I kind of flipped over him, and it ended up knocking me out. And then I ended up hurt my shoulder too, and it was kind of my first kind of like big injury that kind of kept me out a few weeks. And I think kind of going through that, and we were going through a losing streak, big losing phase too. So I think just kind of going through that was kind of my first big injury. It was kind of tough, and it kind of took a lot out of me, but it kind of tested me. But yeah, I think that was definitely kind of the big thing that I kind of had to go through, especially this year.
Okay.
Who are you guys' biggest influencers thus far in your career?
Yeah, I mean, obviously parents growing up, they made a lot of sacrifices, obviously, making the move from Truro to Dartmouth, to help my development as a young hockey player and also for school. Went to the Maritime Hockey Academy in Dartmouth there, and Johnny Greenwood was one of the teachers there at the time, and Danny McKinnon as well, who's in the Pens organization. Johnny's now coaching with the Mooseheads and was my D coach for 2 or 3 years. But yeah, I think just them, uplifting the family, and even my sister at the time, she was younger, and yeah, like I said, just uplifting the family to move to Dartmouth, and they're still driving an hour to work every day, so it's pretty significant for them to do that, and it means a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for me, I'd probably say it's my mom. I mean, my parents divorced when I was pretty young, so my mom kind of was the main influence in my life. So, I mean, I think even through hockey, I went to a prep school my last 3 years, and she kind of was one that really kind of pushed me to go there. And I think that's really where my development started to happen. So I definitely say my mom's kind of the big person in my life that's influenced me.
Okay. Good choice. Good choice. Who do you guys mirror your game after or try and play like?
I think kind of a Ryan McDonough style for me. He's real good in his D zone, more of a defense first guy, and then can jump up in the play and make plays offensively. Closes plays really quick and plays physical. I guess I have a bit of an edge to my game as well, somewhat like his, and yeah, a guy that plays both ends of the rink competitively. Can play on the power play if need be, but more focused on that defensive role, penalty killing, blocking shots, closing plays off early, good passes.
I usually say Travis Dermott on the Leafs. I think he makes a good first pass. It's kind of a simple game, and like J-Mac said, both two-way guy, kind of jumps into play when it's there. But I think just kind of the main thing that I try to model after him is kind of a simple, good first pass, is making the simple plays, and that's usually who I try to model my game after.
Okay, Mike, I got one here. If you could sit down for dinner with anybody, dead or alive, super famous or whatever, who would it be?
Big golf guy, so obviously, Tiger Woods. Pick his brain a little bit. His work ethic and just his life growing up through golf and all the charities that he's involved in now. The Tiger Woods Foundation, all that stuff. It'd be cool to sit down and pick his brain about all that stuff. And that's one person for sure. I'm sure I could name many others, but that's the big one that sticks out to me for sure.
Okay,
That's a good choice. I always go with Muhammad Ali. I'd love to pick his brain.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
For me, it's Kobe Bryant. I mean, he's a big influencer, was a big influence in my life. I ended up actually getting his number tattooed on me. I got 24 on my arm. Just kind of his mentality and kind of how he approached his game and how he practiced every day, and just kind of seeing how he thought the game and how his work ethic was just insane. So I think that's just kind of a big person that I try to model or kind of bring his mindset into my life a bit.
Okay.
Yep, that's a good choice.
I always want to sit down with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting one.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that one or Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Two good ones.
Yeah.
Hey, Jared, I got a question for you from my buddy Brad from Nova Scotia. He says, what was it like first putting on that Halifax Mooseheads jersey? He's a big fan.
Yeah, pretty special. Obviously being close in the area and growing up watching, the Moose play. Driving down, my uncle was reffing in the Quebec League at the time. So, a couple trips a year, whenever I didn't have hockey or my dad wasn't reffing, to go down and watch those games and just everything about Halifax and the city. The fans are so passionate. There's not many teams in the Quebec League that, there might be 3 or 4 that, have that passionate fan base like Halifax does. And it was just a crazy kind of a surreal moment being drafted by the Mooseheads and then playing pretty well all my junior career there. I wouldn't change anything, that's for sure.
You guys both played in the Top Prospects game. What was that like? And obviously, Donovan, you had a memorable one. I think it was the first fight ever in a Top Prospects game.
I don't know if first ever, but yeah, I ended up getting in a fight with my good buddy Will Cooley. It was just one of those things. Kind of just happened in the moment. Wasn't playing where I thought I could be playing, and then he made a dumb hit, and I just ended up fighting him, and it was a pretty cool experience. I mean, but it definitely wasn't something I went into the game thinking about.
Oh, of course not, but it definitely made it entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got pumped my year in the Top Prospects game. I don't remember the score, but it was a cool experience. Kind of the first kind of experience you get with the other players from around the league playing in one game. The Top Prospects for that draft year in the CHL, and I think it was in Guelph my year. The little combine that they do before. Pretty neat to size yourself up against the other top prospects across Canada.
I got one there. You were on the World Junior team with Bowen Byram. You say something nice about that guy? He's a good Vancouver guy, right? We love him out here.
Yeah, great player, great person to have around the team in the locker room. Brings a lot of enthusiasm to the dressing room and on the ice. And, you see what he's doing now with Colorado. So I think he's going to be a really good player. He's going to play a long time in the National League, and it's cool seeing those guys play this year up top. From from playing with them before World Juniors or past Hockey Canada experiences.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
Okay, good.
Obviously, congratulations on that as well. But what was it like putting that gold medal on?
Dream come true, man. It was disappointing the year before in Vancouver, home country.
Yeah, I was there.
Vancouver. Yeah, you would, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, when they're chanting Di Pietro's name in the stadium, I was there, just heartbroken.
Yeah, that was tough for sure. But we knew we had a good team going into the tournament last year. Lost to Russia that first game, and then the ball really started rolling from there, and we just built off every game, and our top guys really played well and carried that load offensively, and it was just awesome. My parents and my sister were there, so remember after the game, all of us are on the ice searching for our parents in the crowd, and I remember locking eyes with my mom, my dad, and my sister, and it's something. Just talking about, you get chills. It's pretty special, obviously.
That's the best hockey there is, man. We love watching that. Every Boxing Day, we look forward to that. It's like the best Christmas present after Christmas.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you guys have any pregame meals or rituals?
Rituals? I don't know. I feel like on game days, I like things a certain way. I would say I kind of like everything to go right in a day. I don't know. I wouldn't say anything super, but I'd say I kind of more focus on more what I'm doing throughout a game day to make sure everything's kind of perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends on how I play the day before, or the game before, depending on what I eat, and kind of superstitious with the suits. If the team wins, or I have a good game that game before, I'll most likely wear the same suit or what have you. But I don't really have a whole lot of rituals, I guess, before the game. Other than that, food kind of varies depending on what I'm feeling that day.
Okay.
Yeah, the weirdest one we ever get is Connor Geekie. He plays in the WHL. Morgan Geekie's little brother, and he puts his leg pads on opposite legs, and he's played like that since he was a kid.
Wow.
Yeah. I got one here. If you were an animal, what would you be?
I'd go with probably a lion. I mean, they're pretty sick. King of the jungle. Probably go that.
Okay.
Yeah, lion or an eagle or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. That's
what
sure.
We're here to hit you with the tough questions, bud.
I like the lion one though, King of the Jungle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys both play D your whole lives?
I played forward until my second year Pee Wee. They needed my first year Pee Wee. They needed a D on, or someone to play D. We had 5D, and coach asked me, Mike Schmidt, asked me to play D, and I said sure, and then just kind of ran from there. I guess the offense, playing forward, growing up, the offense kind of translated to my defensive game a little bit, so that helped in a way.
For me, I was mostly D, but one coach, I can't remember his name, kind of changed me to forward because I was more of a stay-at-home D. He wanted kind of me to transition my game to more of an offensive defenseman, so they threw me up forward to kind of learn how to play offense, and that's kind of how my game kind of transitioned. Then I went back to D, and then kind of figured out how to be a two-way guy.
Okay. How are you guys surviving down? How are you guys surviving down there without Timmy's? By the way, you're both Canadian boys.
Yeah, they got coffee at the rink, so I usually grab one at the rink when I get there. But pretty close to the rink, so it's an easy walk. Don't think I'll be walking tomorrow, especially with all the snow we got going on here. But yeah, the Tims, that's a tough one. Usually a coffee grab before the rink in the morning, usually, but just grab it at the rink now.
Okay. Yeah, definitely grabbing a coffee or a farmer's wrap before practice is good in Kitchener. But I mean, I'm not too big into coffee, so I mean, it's not a big deal. But definitely be nice to have a few Timmys around.
Do you have a favorite color of Gatorade?
I like blue personally. I don't know why, just the sweetness of it, I guess, compared to all the other ones. It's a little different.
Okay.
I'd probably go orange. I don't know, something about oranges tastes good.
Okay.
Take me back to draft day for both of you guys. Donovan drafted 63rd overall in 2020 and Jared 36th overall in 2018.
Yeah, I mean, mine was definitely probably a little more different than his, but I mean, mine was in my living room, just kind of watching the TV. The only kind of stressful part of it really was that I went to commercial, and then my TV was late, and then when we went to go back, my phone was blowing up, and I didn't know that I was picked yet, and because I was picked right after the commercial break, so and mine was late, so I kind of found out from everyone on my phone before I even got to look at my name being called. But I mean, it was definitely a little strange watching in my living room and not kind of what I expected, but I mean, it was still a great day and a great feeling to kind of see my name go.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember, being picked, obviously kind of sitting around all Friday night, not knowing what was going to happen, possibly, the later picks in the first round. I figured, potentially there or second round. So it was a long Friday night. You go back to the hotel and come back early Saturday morning, and a couple minutes go by and I was picked. And then one of my best hockey buds, Jet Wu, was picked right after. Yeah. So we saw each other after and congratulate each other, give him a big hug. So that was pretty cool. Played with that guy for defense partners with Hockey Canada for 3 years in a row, I believe, Youth Olympics, and then under 17s, under 18s. So pretty cool. That it happened that way, both of us being picked back to back. Pretty special.
We had him on last week, Jetwu, on the show, and he brought up that exact situation, how we asked him about his drafting, and he's like, oh, I was more excited for you. And then he's like, all of a sudden I looked around and everyone's like, you just got your name called. And he didn't even it didn't even dawn on him.
Yeah, no, yeah. He's a great dude. Great dude. Lots of memories with that guy on the road for sure.
Yeah, we love him out here.
We do love him. I can't wait to see him in a Canucks uniform.
Yeah, he's a real good player. He plays with that grit. Not many guys have that. So
he's got heart, that's for sure.
Definitely.
You guys both went and started in Europe. What was that like, transitioning to playing in Europe?
Mine was pretty short. I think it was 42 or 34 seconds, and then dislocated my shoulder and flew back to Detroit to have surgery a couple weeks later. So, but it was great while I was over there. Just the way of living is a lot different. You walk in my apartment, there's a sauna. I guess the Finns love their saunas over there. So that was pretty nice. Come back from practice and hitting the sauna, and but it was nice to get over to Finland. Never been there before. So, kind of seeing the country and the game and, how hard those guys work over there was pretty cool.
Yeah, I wasn't over in Slovakia for that long. I think it was only a week and a half, 2 weeks, but I went over there for U18s before, so I kind of knew kind of what to expect and kind of what it looked like. But I mean, it was pretty cool. I went over there with 2 other Canadians, so I mean, still pretty cool living with them. But my first 2 games, I actually got suspended, so I only ended up playing like 3 games. So it was a rough start for me over there. But I mean, just kind of being over there when you're 19 years old, kind of living in a different country with 2 other Canadians. I mean, it was pretty cool experience and definitely one that I'll remember for a while.
Yeah, this isn't a chirp at all, but I got to ask, how do you get 50 penalty minutes in 3 games?
My first game, I got kicked out, and then I got like a 2 and a 10 or a 5 and a 10, and then second game ended up getting kicked out too. So I guess that equaled up to 50 penalty minutes or something. I know it was crazy. I had like 50 in like 2 games or something. I led my team after 2 games.
Sounds like me at beer league hockey.
Yeah, it was a tough start over there.
Oh,
you might have the Slovakian record, actually.
Yeah, I might actually, honestly.
Hey, what would be your favorite road, barn, and dream venue one day?
Road barn in the Quebec League or in general?
Or place
in
that you've been, your favorite city to go to?
Yeah. I think playing in the Quebec League, it was always Rimouski. Just a light show before the game. I remember we played there against them last year when I was in Moncton. Obviously Lafreniere was there. I think it was a Tuesday night. It was sold out, and the place was just rocking. Ended up winning that game. Yeah, I think I don't know what it is about that rink, just the atmosphere. It feels like the fans are right on top of you. Anytime you can come out with a win in that place, it's a good road game for sure. You only play them 2 times a year, being from the Maritimes, so those games are crucial. And they always seem to have a good team no matter what. So it's always fun playing there for sure.
Okay.
For me, probably London's Budweiser. I mean, it's incredible rink. I mean, the fans are kind of a little harsh to us since we're big rivals, but I mean, just kind of the rivalry we have, and they sell out 10,000 fans or something. I mean, pretty cool experience. But I think place I want to visit or see, I mean, Madison Square Garden would be a pretty cool place to step on the ice. But I think as of right now, probably the Budweiser London's probably the coolest rink that I kind of get to play on.
Yeah, we actually hear London a lot as a place for road barns. Jared, did you have a dream venue?
Yeah, I think Vegas would be pretty cool. Vegas in the playoffs. That'd be kind of my dream venue, I guess. Vegas or Montreal, maybe. Montreal would be cool too.
Okay.
Talking about a light show, that Vegas is crazy. Their pregame, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What's your guys' go-to celly?
I don't know. When you don't score a whole lot, you just kind of make them up as you go, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It varies. I guess it depends how big the moment is, and
That's fair.
yeah, I don't really have a go-to one, I guess.
I don't know. I don't really celly too much. I don't score too much, but I mean, I don't know. Classic, maybe just hands in the air, maybe fist pump. I don't know. It depends how into it I am, or kind of big goal, kind of what's going on throughout the game, or kind of how I've been playing throughout the season. But usually just kind of quick little punch in the air or something. I don't know.
How about favorite sports movie?
I think Coach Carter. I think that's kind of pretty cool. I don't know. Something about it, I just throw it on, kind of gets me fired up. How he kind of treats the kids and just kind of the mentality they have going into the games and kind of come back to be a pretty good team. I think it's a pretty cool movie.
Yep. Samuel L. Jackson, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, Miracle sticks out for sure. Hoosiers is a pretty good one as well. It's an older one, but I remember watching that with my mom quite a bit growing up, so that one sticks out. I think Hoosiers would probably be the one.
That's a good choice.
Yeah.
What's been your guys' go-to quarantine snack?
Oh, I don't know. I was in quarantine a little bit in Detroit. I think, classic guac and tortilla chips maybe.
Good choice.
Big guacamole guy for sure.
Okay.
I don't know. Dried apricots. I mean, I'm trying to be a little healthier after, I don't know, beginning of quarantine is definitely chips, whatever chips I could get my hands on, Doritos, anything, but kind of having to quarantine for a couple times now. I mean, you got to get a little healthier. So, I mean, dried apricots go to, any kind of bananas I go through pack a day. So those kind of things.
What are you guys looking to improve on this season? And you guys possibly could be D partners.
Yeah. I mean, get healthy first, I guess. And then, kind of get a feel for the league this year. Hopefully I'll be able to play 10 or 12 games towards the end of the season, the end of the schedule. Just get a feel back for my game. I think it's been a minute since I've played a game, and I think just getting my legs underneath me, get my timing, my feel back. And then I think, get that taken care of, and then we'll go from there.
And you want to get that first lick in on somebody too, and get the test out the shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. Or get hammered, and then we know we're good.
Once you get over that first hit fear, then you usually feel that you're pretty good.
Yeah, exactly, for sure.
For me, I don't know. I don't really have too much expectation. I mean, I'm just kind of happy to be here with kind of OHL not starting, just getting the chance to come here. I don't know, just kind of be up with the older guys and just kind of see how they hold themselves, and kind of the faster game, the bigger guys, just kind of compare myself to kind of where I need to improve, and just kind of just take it day by day and just kind of adjust to the faster speed of the game, and just kind of see what I need to work on, and kind of bring it back to the OHL if we ever do start, and just kind of go from there.
Yeah, hopefully you guys get started. We want to see the WHL too. We'd love to see some more hockey here. It sucks.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Hey, Jared and Donovan, we can't thank you guys enough. We're huge fans of both yours, and I know I've been talking to both of you guys for a while to get you guys on here, and it meant a lot to us for you guys taking your time today. We're going to cheer you guys on for the rest of your guys' career. We know you guys are going far in hockey, and you guys are a bunch of beauty. So thank you very much for taking the time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for having us.